Yes, it's getting to be that time of year again. The stores have already had their holiday displays set up for weeks, and you've probably been getting bombarded from all directions with Christmas-themed ads. But as you know, we are advocates for shopping local and supporting the artists, farmers, and small merchants near home. So for this next story, we decided to visit a Christmas tree farm in our area, Cupkie Christmas Village. At the heart of this business is a farm operation. The crop just happens to be trees, as owner Todd Cupkie explains.
When I first moved up here, this first field here, all I could see were weeds about 4 feet tall.
Sure.
But there were little Christmas trees in there. And so over the course of the last 12, 13 years, we've metamorphosized into being a little bit more efficient and better with our trees. But for those first 3 years, we weren't open. We didn't even have this building here built. We had just the one shop over there. Year 2000, we built this building. And then in 2000 was our first year of operation for the Christmas tree farm. There's always room for improvement no matter what you do. I remember weed whacking every single one of those rows.
Oh my.
At the end of the week, my hands would just still be shaking from holding a weed whacker. I could care less if I see another weed whacker the rest of my life after that.
Yeah, I bet.
And we had a 4-foot brush hog, 10-foot rows. You can't get nice and close to trees, so we weed whacked. And so then I thought, well, why don't we spray chemical? And so then we had backpacks, 4 gallons. You know how many times you fill up that backpack and go up and down these rows? And so then I made some altercations to the tank on our tractor. So now 2 people walk by and I can get the whole farm done in a day and a half.
So how big is the farm?
We've roughly got about 42 acres here. 36 of them are probably in production. The rest of the area is dedicated to building, parking, etc.
Okay, and of those acres, translate that into trees for me.
You get about 1,000 trees per acre is the way we grow them here.
Oh, okay.
Which brings me to the next point too, fertilizing. We started incorporating the fertilizing. Do you broadcast spread it or do you row spread it? Well, we row spread it, so we're not fertilizing all the weeds too. It just puts fertilizer down on the rows. What kind of species do you grow? Well, there's many different ways to do that. Either you can go out and buy the bigger transplants, put them in the ground, and if they die, you're out that much money. What we do here is we go and we buy them on a smaller scale, put them in a transplant bed, let them grow for a couple years, and then we take them out and plant them. Everything on a Christmas tree farm isn't all machinery. Some farms it is that way. Some of the bigger commercial guys are where if they go in a row and they take half of them out, they might just cut the other ones down because then they can come in and machine plant it. A lot of what you see done here is all by hand and elbow grease. It's an awfully tough October and November, but when you open that first weekend in Thanksgiving and the kids are running around, it warms your heart.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving weekend, the following weekend, and the following weekend after that, the first 2 weekends in December, we have our activities here, and our activities consist of Santa Claus, pony rides, and sleigh rides.
Yes, picking out a Christmas tree can be a memorable family time. As you can see, there wasn't any snow on the ground when we visited, but Cupkies had wagon rides instead of a sleigh.
When you come out here, the next tree always looks greener. So you keep looking and looking.
It's a found one?
Eventually you come back to one you already saw.
What do you for you?
So, all right.
I think your baby went with the wrong family.
There's our tree.
It's too bad that video can't convey the wonderful smells of fresh-cut Christmas trees and smoke from the bonfire. But as you can see, it's lots of fun for the entire family. And the staff will help shake out the loose needles and pack trees for the drive home. Of course, some people understand that as fun as it is to come and pick out a Christmas tree, the important thing is to see Santa. A lot of people go into the gift shop. I asked Todd what we might find there.
Cider, we provide a mulling spice that we mix with our cider, so we give free samples of that. We have dipping spices that we give free samples of that. Many different types of items in the gift shop, from stocking stuffers all the way to ornaments to not even Christmas stuff. Sometimes we even have garden stuff, you know, like bird feeders, that type of stuff that we put up. The gals go down to a gift mart once a year, twice a year. We make all our wreaths by hand.
Yeah, tell us about your wreath
Garland
business,
by
because that's a big part of your business, isn't it?
Yeah, we start at the end of October. I used to cut the boughs and bring them back here. The local ice guy, he brings me over to cooler trucks. I put all the boughs in there to keep them cool, because if we have a warm fall, they don't get burned up, so the boughs stay fresher.
Sure.
So, and we start probably the end of October. We bring all the boughs in, we start clipping for wholesale orders, retail orders. We're not competing against Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Our wreaths are thicker and bigger. We make a bigger type of a wreath than what most people are accustomed to getting.
More for a true decor item, or a
Right,
true
absolutely.
design item.
This is the Fraser wreath. It's a little more soft bristles and stuff.
Our average wreath weighs between 7 and 9 pounds, where the wholesale
Wow.
ones probably weigh closer to 2-3 pounds.
Wow.
So you can see the difference in weight and size. A lot of our wreaths will last until March.
These come in all different shapes. We have candy canes, hearts.
And we make our own garland here too. So we probably go through 4 or 5 tons of boughs, where from 200 to 800 wreaths made in a year.
I noticed on your website that you offer packages for people that might actually come and stay overnight nearby at a nice resort.
In conjunction with the local hotels, if they come and stay at a hotel, there's a certificate that they can get, and they can come over here and get 10% off of what they purchase. So it's like they come up and stay at one of the hotels, and I think a couple of them have water parks or pools. They come up and stay at the hotel, because a lot of our customer base comes from Fargo. We do have some Twin Cities people.
Sure.
I even had some guy that it was the first weekend of Thanksgiving. He came from Missouri because he has relatives here, and so they were coming here to the farm to cut trees down and take it back with them.
Neat.
I had a lady come. They have land in Minnesota, live in Georgia, so they come up every year, and they wanted to cut trees off their own property. So they asked for a favor if we would bale the trees up for them and if we could ship them. Well, the first thing I said was, if a tree's not 7 feet, I can't ship it, just because of the requirements from UPS, etc. You could go general freight, but then again, who's going to want to spend $1,200 to put just to get a Christmas tree to their house?
Yeah.
So what we did for them, I said, I think I can bale those up small enough. What kind of vehicle are you driving back? I ended up was able to tie all 3 trees on the top of her SUV. We got 50 feet of garland in, and a wreath, and all of her holiday stuff. We had her packed full when she left, and she made it. And she was ecstatic.
Wow.
So she's gonna come back next year for us to do the same thing too.
Wow, that's quite a story.
So I mean, we work with, customer service is what we take pride on here. So that lady was happy. I mean, we get strange requests for different things. We even had a couple propose to each other in the back of the farm.
Wow.
One of the universities up in the Fargo-Moorhead area were having a Christmas program, and they wanted to put up like a forest. So I worked with them and got them different types of species, so we could, I think we ended up bringing them 27 trees.
Neat.
For them to set up and borrow them the stands to put the trees up in, and so forth. So I mean, we do different things for different people depending on what it is.
Sure.
Customer service is our priority here.
I also noticed on your website that you offer curriculum for classroom teachers, and you do educational tours.
I'd go from the beginning, from seedling, where the trees come from, pine cones, to the seedling, and I'd take them through how we plant them out in the field. And then when they come at Christmas season, they go out and cut the tree, they bring it up to the station area where we shake and bale the tree for people, and we help them tie it on, and it would last probably 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how big a classroom setting. And then I also give them a little seedling to take home. The national, and in conjunction with a lot of the different state Christmas tree growers associations, developed a program called Trees for Troops. And we are a big advocate of it. We donate trees every year.
So how does that work?
It's trees that are donated to the families of the troops troops that are overseas, et cetera, and so forth. Matter of fact, last year's winter meeting for National was in Las Vegas, and they had one of the guys from the troop come, and there wasn't a dry eye in the whole room.
Oh, neat.
So yeah, it is a pretty special.
Sounds
program.
like a great program.
And we also, you know, we take donations for the troops and that type of stuff too. Here locally through that too. They came out with selling little bears and stuff too. The farm here is located south of Highway 10, which is the Perham exit on Highway 78. And you take that exit and travel roughly between 5 and 7 miles, and then you will go west on County Road 14. And once you hang that right on County Road 14, go about 500 yards, and on the south side of the road you'll see a green tin roof building with a bunch of Christmas trees out in the field, and that's the spot.
It looks like we might have another snowless December. So just to put you in the mood, we close this story with a picture of Cupkie Christmas Village, taken on a snowy day. To find a Christmas tree farm near you, check the Minnesota Grown online directory. Happy holidays!